You're Scorpio. You paid just enough attention.
3, 2.
Uvumi. Uvanga atiga Margaret Nixon Elias. Kuyanak kaikafi bangma dunakdingun. Good afternoon. My name is Margaret Nixon Elias, and welcome to Where We Live Now. On today's show, we have Brian Kowalczyk.
Hi, Brian Kowalczyk here.
Kowalczyk, yes.
I've been on the show before at one point for painting with Margaret and Cherie.
Yeah. And we also have another guest today. We have your sister,
Petra Kowalczyk.
Petra Kowalczyk. So the way I like to start every single episode is I like the guests to introduce themselves the exact same way they would as if they were talking to an elder. So just letting us know who you are, who your family is, and where you're from. And if we could start with you, Brian.
I'll just start yelling. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Kowalczyk. I am originally from Tuktoyaktuk, Northwest Territories, which is just a few hours out of here, where all of us are from, actually, on this side of the table.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great place to grow up. You know, it's like you're on the moon, which is what we'll be painting today. And I am the older brother of Petra. She's one of the 5 siblings that I have, and I'll be taking us on a little adventure with some painting and some talking.
Yeah.
I'm Petra Kowalczyk. I'm from Tuktoyaktuk. Currently living here in Inuvik. Moved here about 8 years ago.
That's fine.
I'm so nervous.
And so we last had you, Brian, on the show in 2021. Was it that long ago?
A bit back, yeah.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. And we did painting. We'll just do a recap of like how you got started in painting.
Well, I always say it's like growing up on the moon when you're living in the Arctic, so you run out of things to do. Back in the day, we didn't have that dial-up, but
Yeah, we didn't have a lot.
yeah. So it stemmed from there, and I remember growing up drawing on the walls of our house, and
I remember that. Yeah.
and it just my imagination just kept going from there, and I think when I was 19 I started painting, dabbling in portraits for when I do charcoal portraits for certain families. Then after that I just went into painting, and then slowly after that I work on digital art now, and
Wow.
working on mural spaces.
So I've seen you do a lot of murals lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now I'm working with Canada, Inuit, {nuvagut} United Kingdom, Sinuk. It's a research team, and it's a partnership between the UK and Canada. And right now we're working on a program that's using climate change and mental health with art. So right now we are working on how do we use these two poisons to make a medicine. And right now we are working on art to recapture how do we grieve the land, but how do we welcome the water, and how do we capture what was there before it was taken away. So that's one of the programs we're doing right now, and it'll be a 24 by 20 foot mural on our school back home, so it's exciting to leave something to the community.
Back home in Tuktoyaktuk?
Yeah.
Yeah. You must be really excited about that it will go up on a mural. So are you painting the actual size then, or are you just painting a smaller size?
No, what I do is I work on this program called Procreate on an iPad.
Oh, okay.
And then from there I send the file to the, like when like in the cities when they have like those billboards and whatnot. So they'll print it on panels, and then the community will retrieve them in on panels itself, and they'll just put it up like a puzzle.
That's really cool. I must say though, do you remember the mural that was on the school before on the side? It was like a beluga whale. Yeah, the old one. Yeah, it was on the school on the side.
I can picture it right now, but I don't know what it is.
Why am I of all
It
people
was-
drawing a blank?
So there's probably a reason why, because I helped work on that one, and it was our art class that we did with Trigistafir.
Yeah.
Mika Steen did like the snow, and the way she did blending in the snow was beautiful. And then every person got an animal to work on. I remember Sun, he did like I think an eagle, and we were working on the beluga and stuff, and that was on there it was not weatherproof. It weathered really quickly, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
On the side, way up on the gym, on the side of the building.
Okay.
But you might have been kind of young, because I was very young when that came out.
Mika's really artistic.
Yes.
And then we also have a cousin named Audrey Lorene, who's now she just did the art for the Freddie Carmichael book.
Wow. Oh, is that who
Yeah, she's from
did the
Tug.
art? Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so that is cool that they're getting a new one, but I do remember working on it, and that's probably the only one I've ever and will ever do. I shouldn't say that,
Well, I'll
but...
be working on one with the Hope House with actual paint itself.
Oh, that's cool.
It'll be 8 feet by 12, or 12 by 12. And what I'll be doing is creating the background, and then I will create a coloring book for the characters for the clients of the Hope House to actually work on, and then we'll put it on the Hope House itself.
That's cool. That's really cool. I love art. Art just makes communities, it just brightens up communities and adds character and culture. Yeah. So speaking of art, we are going to work on a painting.
Okay, let's get started. You want to say anything about murals?
When it comes to painting, and I like all my siblings they're so talented. I'm still trying to find my talent, but let's see how this painting goes.
Do you do a lot of painting with your brother?
No, I don't.
Oh.
The last time I did a painting, I was working over at the daycare, and we hired him to do a painting class with us. We got the children to come in, and that was the first and last time I did. Well, besides this.
Are you one of the lucky people who get to get paintings from
I have
him?
a whole, like, my walls are filled with all his paintings.
That must be very colorful.
Yeah, and like some of them are like huge, some of them are small, and
That
There's
was
really nice.
like I'll do a bunch of painting classes, and my niece she likes doing painting classes too.
Mm-hmm.
She's 8 years old, and she every time I do everyone that's different, I'm like, here, Gwen, it's and she's like, oh, Mom, this is so pretty. Could you put it in my room?
Just straight to it, to like
She's
straight.
just used to it now. Okay, what we're gonna do is you're gonna grab your flat brush.
Okay.
Grab some white, and what we're gonna do is create a little heart. And what I'll do and fill it in right in the center here, and then once you do that, you get this lighter blue, and just create an outline of the heart with that brighter blue.
The lighter blue?
Yeah, this one right here.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little bit like, well, that one's a little bit, this one's more like rich than the other. The other one looks more like a violet.
Mm-hmm.
Time goes by so fast when you're painting too. Like yesterday, I think I started at like 2 and I was like a zombie by like 6 in the morning.
okay.
So once
Which
you,
blue? This one?
yeah, that one.
How long do you think it takes you to work on this? Like when you're choosing what to do.
Well, there's like with those painting classes I was telling you about, like I was teaching, there's probably some viewers that I've probably taught already in the school. Like I'll do for each theme, I'll carry out a same image for like say it's Valentine's. Right now I've done a Valentine's series with @minavuth and like Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
And so there'll be somebody from Connected North that will guide, and it'll be like the third class, and they'll be like it's like a rehearsal, so they'll hear it over and over. But it usually takes about an hour
Oh, okay.
with these sizes,
Yeah.
which is perfect. I think that's what we got, right?
Mm-hmm. That's like exactly what we have.
And then
My heart is huge.
that's good. And then what you can do is grab some white,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're just gonna go over the
Okay.
blue, so
Okay.
it blends. Oh wait, hold on. Let me get that. You gotta do one side blue and one side white.
Oh. Okay.
My bad.
It's not like you do this for a living.
There you go. Wrong number.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Like I like got a swoosh. Laughing, I'm swooshing it. Okay.
Okay. God. And then yeah, so right now I'm just been doing art full time, and but I think I am going to be bridging into some more full time work. I miss the office.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much dishes you could do, and there's only so much things you could do at home until you're like, I need to socialize in a healthy way.
I get that.
Am I doing this right?
You sure are.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna ask. I just know I am. I'm just kidding.
So what we want to do after that is just, once we get that fill, just go all the way around with the blue. It's not to be perfect.
Oh.
Because this is going to be the background, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to worry too much about this.
Is blending like your favorite?
I think, you know who taught me how to blend more was my sister Lisa.
Really?
Yeah, she's artistic too. I'd always tell her about we came from the same fallopian tube. Yeah. But one of the teachers I had that I was Elizabeth Lewis. I think the last time we were on this show I talked about her. She helped create Beauty and the Beast, and she did like a lot of the shading, a lot of the contrast with like when light comes from the, like where the light touches is where you got to really just work with.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then you're gonna grab your next blue, and then just go on the side here.
When I'm working on my my beading,
Yeah.
I love blending. Like that's why I liked painting back in the day. I just loved the feeling of like the whoosh whoosh and the blending of it all.
Yeah.
And now that I'm beading, that's often what I apply
Yeah.
to my
Just working with the different shades.
the different shades in the same color palette. It's just
Once you have that filled in, you'll grab a little bit of black and go from the sides, and then just go in, and then it'll fade. Just a little bit, because it's going to carry a lot. Yeah, so once I have this one done, the one with Tuck, there's another project I'm working on with the hospital. So I'll be doing some art in there for the new stairwell and whatnot. And then working more with community after that, I think. Like, reach out to, like, a lot of the work. Like, one of the murals right now is going to Tuck, and like, but the other, and then there's another one that's going inside Kitty Hall again.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, and so I think the next ones I think I'll start working on will be maybe here, doing something with Jim Cooey, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was something that I was supposed to work with Jackie before she left.
Oh, okay.
And then what I'll do is just, yeah, just take on, like, you know, like start expanding, making art a little bit more interactive. Make one of the things I want to do is create like puzzles, but huge puzzles. You know, for like preschool and stuff, where it's like, so our culture is not a stranger. So, like, you know what I mean?
And
so
you used this color?
Yeah, use that color. And then just go all the way out.
Okay.
And then once you're done with that, then use black, a little bit of black, and come in.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
So, I don't want you to give away too much of your creative secrets, but how do you decide what you want to work on when you're doing your murals?
Well, it depends on what kind of message we want to send, right?
Okay.
Like, it's, right now we're working on mental health and climate change, so the one thing that I had done is, there's a polar bear, which resembles usually a lot of climate change, like like the polar bear that's out on the ocean by itself.
Mhm.
So what I've done is I created an iceberg in the shape of a polar bear, and she's got 2 cubs with her. But they've come to the shore, and then there's a family of caribou welcoming those cubs.
Mhm.
And since it's going to be on it's going to be at the school, it's teaching the next generation, it's integrating that, even though there's climate change, we're still here and and for each other. So it's what kind of messages what's the deliverable, and usually that's what I'll tie into our landscape or with our animals.
I get it. So you always try to tie a message in, usually?
Yeah, it's I know that growing up, with a lot of the art that I've already done, a lot of it was a lot of it would tell me how I feel. If something's bothering me and I don't know it yet, my art will tell me, how I do it, my style and my technique and how much I rush with it or something. And I'm oh, something's up. Gotta eat.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm just making this part worse and worse. Looked at it it ain't no heart anymore. I'm just going to do a move.
It's okay.
You know what I did? I was oh, I think I'm supposed to blend in the middle. So I swooshed the middle.
What you can do is just let it dry and then just do an actual heart.
Okay, that'll work.
Once it's dry.
Can't
so
I just wipe it?
Maybe someone's got to eat.
Even my sister, if we're arguing, she'll be at 3/4 in, she's did you eat?
Yeah.
And then the other day I was pretty cranky, and I guess I seen my dad, and I was we're in a rush looking for my niece Gwen because we all couldn't find her, and we forgot that she was in chess club. So me and Lisa were driving around town looking all over her, and my dad was looking all over her, and then Petra's oh yeah, she's at chess club, and we're Lord help us. and then my dad told Petra what do you say? He looked like he was
yeah.
hangry.
They both look like they were hangry. Well, it was lunch hour too.
And so what you gotta do is grab some white, and for the sides, and just splash. Just to make some little stars there. Look how pretty. Talking about stars and full moons and stuff. The full moon's tomorrow. There's gonna be you just splash it like that.
How come it's not?
Yeah, I'm having the same. There we go.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Don't be scared. Okay.
Who was I talking to? There was this coworker that I had, and big, muscular, buff guy, and he was having a hard time putting a thumbtack in the wall. And I was sitting there, and I was believe in yourself. And he looked back, he's you're watching too much Sailor Moon.
It's funny that he knew that.
We're on Facebook. Then we'll just create some stars with their little brush.
It's always fun to have you on.
Yeah, I like being here too. Growing up, I always, we grew up with Mr. Dressup, right?
Yeah.
So it's so different to be on the other side of the screen.
Oh my goodness, it's my dream.
Yeah. You know who always reminded me of Truffles?
Who?
Oh, we might get in trouble. Annie.
Oh my god. I remember telling Janie Jones when I got older, I was This is before she got sick. She was my teacher right from like grade 10 to grade 12, and I knew her before that. And I was on TV for opening up I was a part of the people, like the Indigenous crew that did the opening ceremonies for the 2010 Winter Olympics.
Okay.
And I was like, Janie, I always knew I'd end up on TV. And she was like, I knew it too, Margaret. I knew it too. And then I actually ended up on TV.
That's what's up. That's how we manifest things, right? Out of sight, out of mind, inside in mind.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is create some little hills here.
Oh, with the small brush.
With the small brush, yeah. Some days I could do like 3 classes and like online classes. By the 3rd class, and I'm like, and we do this. And we do that. Yes, you do that. That's how come I guess massage therapists only could take 3 clients a day, is because by the 3rd time you're just like, yeah.
You just know.
Yeah, it's just like, you're spent.
I know people really like, what's his name? Bob Ross is a painter. Have you ever heard of Ed Martinick?
No, but I think I've seen his, was he one of the people that were on his documentary on Netflix?
I think so, yes. Ed Martinick was, I have to remember, but he did oil painting with Ed Martinick on TV.
Yeah.
They used to broadcast them. He was based out of Calgary.
I have no patience for oil painting. I love the medium itself, but my first painting I ever did, I was like, why is it not drying?
Yeah. But what he always says is, you need light to show dark, and you need dark to show light. Over and over and over again. The amount of times I heard that.
Yeah.
You need light to show dark and dark to show light.
Well, they used to go on in the middle of the night, right? So you get up at like 2 in the morning or something, and then you look at the TV and like what time is it? Is it morning or night? And then you have Bob Ross sitting there with his afro, just like putting you back to bed.
Yeah.
So once we've done that part, what you want to do is just take this tape off.
So satisfying.
Right. I've been like, before I go to bed, I always watch a little bit of ASMR on TikTok. And I see that Christine was doing some ASMR with Siska too, hey?
Yeah. I would do ASMR with like dry meat.
Dry meat, dry fish.
That, yeah. Or not, yeah.
Beads.
That's what I would do.
What else would that be?
It's like a whole art in itself.
Like the paint.
Cutting meat?
Yes, you do have painting.
Just leave it.
It's
gonna stay on forever.
Is it gonna wash off?
Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
It does, yeah. Yeah, birthmark got lonely. Do you want to wash it off, or you're good? You're good at it.
Just, you could go take a second and go look.
Beautiful. It's about laughter.
I needed a laugh today.
Oh, Lord. Same here. I was, there's just been so much going on that even the other day, my niece, she was so happy to get her hair cut this weekend. She's got long, thick hair, and I swear, I was, there's been so much going on that I found myself wrestling with her hair, and you shouldn't wrestle with hair.
No.
Because she's attached to it, and she's like, holy.
I went to watch minor hockey yesterday, like the kids, like the little kids, and I was sitting there, and one of the coaches really hit the boards. Like, she was being chased, she slipped, it was a loud thug, and then one kid was really laughing, and then one kid yelled, "Are you okay?" And she came up, like, because all we saw was two legs in the air and then hear them hitting the board, you know, because they're on the other side, we can't see anything. And she came up, and she has beautiful teeth, the biggest laugh. She came up looking like that, and she had the biggest laugh, and that kind of gave us all, like, you know, she's okay, and we started laughing with her. But after that, all the little kids, every time they were, like, when they're playing tag and they panic and they're on skates and they lose their stride, I was just giggling the whole night at these kids. Like, that's what you go watch kids do sports for, is when they... Some of them were equally laughing, and some of them were just annoyed when they got caught.
What we want to do now is, where's that? Oh, pass that masking tape. Once you take your masking tape off, you go on the other 1/3 mark. And then just do that, Petra. Once you've done that, I'm just going to go right across with white paint. Use your big brush. Create an outline right across. Oh, I was so mad this morning. I was doing a painting class, and Charlie, so a lot of it, like, we ended up, Charlie's the dog back at the house, at Lisa's house. And anyways, we ended up cutting up some caribou meat, and then there's some that had, like, a lot of the dried pieces, we ended up giving it to her. And that freaking dog, during my class, and I couldn't move, I couldn't do nothing, I couldn't run away. She walked up to me, and the freaking dog farted. And walked away, and I'm doing my painting class, and I can't do nothing, and I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at her just mad, and I can't do nothing. I'm sitting there, and I'm just like trying to fan my painting, like make it look like it's drying, but I'm just like trying to like clear the air, and I'm like that darn dog.
Oh my god.
If
dogs could laugh, that dog would be laughing at you.
Oh yeah. She's like, it's karma, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just go straight across with white, yeah.
Did the black smudge come off?
It's fine.
Oh.
Don't have to worry too much about that. And then you just grab some blue and just blend and go all the way down to about here. You can mix some white if you want in there also. Grab all these 3 different blues again, and then just go right across. There we are. Once you've gotten all that, you can just mix a lot of white here and there inside the blue, so it looks like there's like different parts of frozen ice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love blending.
I'm so used to painting at an angle like this all the time when I'm doing like painting classes, where my eye is. Like, it'll look like a perfect circle or a moon, but by the time I look at it this way, it's like a big oval or something, or I'm like, okay, Brian, smarten up. Okay. What other questions do you have, Margaret?
What's your favorite colors to use when you do painting?
Right now, I like using, like, when it comes to monochrome, I like using pink, or monochrome with blue, or monochrome with green.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because, like, you know, we grew up with those colors. Like, you know how the sky is just like, it comes in different shades of blue, and then the Northern Lights.
The Northern Lights are beautiful.
Yeah. And then, of course, we got our 24 hours of sunshine, and not a problem with that. Okay, what we need to do is get some, I need more white here.
Yeah.
When I need more white. You could take off your,
Tape.
you're done. Let me get some more white. I got some more white here.
Where is your favorite place that you think your painting has brought you? Like, do you have any memories that like stand out more than the other?
Well, when I was living in Puerto Vallarta, I used to do painting classes and then bartend and whatnot. So that was where some art has brought me, but literally art has just brought me to London, England.
Wow.
And so I had some programming there, and ended up in Cambridge. But you know what, it was like, I love our program and everything, but one of the, you know, you grow up reading Harry Potter, you know, you end up having all these little connecting moments to the book and all that, and I was at platform 9 3/4.
That's cool.
I was just like tickled pink. I was like, you did it, Brian, but I literally stood there for like a minute, and then I walked away. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, that's it. Thanks, Harry.
I got to see platform 9 3/4.
Yeah. And what you'll do is grab some more white. This white's a little bit dodgy.
Do you like to do any other forms of art, Petra?
I honestly haven't done much art. Well, unless it's with the kids.
Any type of art though. Like, art can be everything, almost.
Yeah, I haven't been doing much of art.
Just makeup.
Makeup.
That's
yeah.
what I was literally thinking.
Makeup's art.
Every morning, then.
That's like your favorite.
Yeah. I remember telling somebody, I was like, even if I was the last one on earth, I still would, like, you know, get up, do my makeup. Just.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Well, not that I know, but when I was down in Puerto Vallarta, there would be all these different drag queens that I'd meet up with down there, like just meet going out dancing and stuff. And I'd wake up and I'd be like, who the hell are these guys on my Facebook? Because you don't know who they are without the makeup. And I'm like, what the heck?
What
Brian,
was I doing?
how much fun did you have? Where did you go? But it was a really great time down there.
Which blue you used? This one?
I used that one, yeah. And then you'll just bring it up slowly to blend with the white. And then at the same time, you'll grab some black, like down here. Perfect. Now every time I do this, I have to think of that dog.
You're fanning away smell.
Did you use another blue or just this?
Just that one, and then you go up with black.
Okay.
I made a pair of pink tufted earrings just recently.
Oh, those are so cute. They remind me of the Lorax. You know those trees? Like those cute little trees.
And the person who bought them, she was like, you know how, what did she say? She used, oh, I can't remember.
I was thinking of getting into earrings. Not to wear, but to make.
Yeah, would you do these types?
No.
Like, I mean, painting in your earrings?
There's a style I'm really excited to do. I've been talking about it for 2 years, and I've been, what do you call it? I've been sitting on it, and I think I'm gonna have to start using that makerspace.
Yeah.
Because there's some things that I need for it. There's some ivory work that needs to be done that I can't do on my own, or I don't have the patience to. And yeah, but yours though, those are cute.
She said though that oh, this was what she said. She said, you know how some kids think chocolate milk comes from brown cows? You know how some people think that, like kids? She said in her mind, my pink caribou tufted earrings came from an actual pink caribou. And she was like, can you paint a pink caribou? And I was like, I'm going to paint whatever Brian says we're going to paint. And she's like, can you make it pink?
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, what the next step is, what we're going to do right now is use some black with your little brush. And you're just going to come across this way. And just above the white line. You're good? Oh, okay, you're done. You gotta do the other side now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been watching so much TikTok, so much lately. You know, like this comes from horoscopes and all that, but even to the point where it's just like, one of your family members are pregnant. And then I messaged my sister. I messaged Petra the other day. I'm like, are you pregnant? And she's like, no, why? And I'm like, never you mind. I'm like, TikTok's been playing with my head.
Oh my goodness.
When Gwen had your iPad and I guess your TikTok was on it, and she's always going through TikTok. And Brian's like, she's posting on my TikTok. And I'm like, Gwen, what are you recording? Because, like, you never know if you could just hear me in the background. Or her brother screaming, or me screaming.
Those two are so cute.
Really,
She always gets a little break from the family and comes and camps at the house once in a while. And William's like, Gwen, come. And then he's like, I miss you. And Gwen's like, no, you're just going to punch me. And then he's like, no, I'm just going to hit you.
Just honest. Not even going to deny it.
My dear's just playing around. Make me laugh, that kid, anyway.
When I first started doing this and, like, doing the TV show, my very, very first episode was with Nunki, and I said, like, I got all my questions ready. I was going to be so professional. First episode I'm ever doing. And then I ran out of questions, and I didn't know how to carry on a conversation at the time. Like, that's a skill that comes with just doing these. And I was like, I don't know what to say next. And my whole family was watching, and they're like, whoa, Margaret doesn't know what to say. And I was so shy. But I took, like, because that was the one year we took a break.
Yeah.
And I was on TikTok a lot when we took that break. Man, my attention span was so bad when I came back into work after the break. I was interviewing Willow Allen, and I was seriously trying to cover up the fact that I couldn't pay attention long enough to hold these conversations. It went away eventually, but...
Well, even like even after COVID, like after you get some social anxiety. I remember when I seen Willow, I walked into the hospital and there she was, like very pretty and everything, and she's like, "Hi, Brian," and I was like, "Hi," and I like ran away. I'm like, Brian, I'm like, why did you do that? I'm like, why are you being shy?
Yeah. Which blue are you using? That
Just
one?
that one, yeah. I'm like, oh, how cute, Brian, you're trying to be shy.
Yeah. I don't do that now. I don't give myself unlimited social media time because...
Oh, I swear, I just I at least once or twice every second day. Not once or twice, but once every second day I'll take a bath and I'll just get some tea, put on some Netflix or TikTok and just keep a hot bath and just isolate from the world for a little bit.
I do that every single night as a mother.
There you go.
I just take a bath. But you know what I started listening to? I started listening to Native American flute songs.
Honest to God, this world's small because that's what's been following on my Spotify too.
Really?
That and some Turkish music of their flute music.
It's been my favorite thing the last couple of weeks, and I started doing it at work, and everyone's like, one person was like, "Oh, this is just like a spa," and I was like, or out in the land listening to natives playing flutes, and she's like, oh yeah, I guess that you could tell the difference between an indigenous and a non-indigenous and what we thought, because to me it reminds me of you hear the birds.
Yeah.
You're out in the land, or you're out at Ranger Point.
Speaking about spa, this one time I was on TikTok and I seen a Turkish bath, and they douse you in hot water and you get the whole works and everything. And as I was traveling back from PV one time and I was like, I'm gonna go to Turkey. And and so I went to have a Turkish bath, and I was just I'm like, holy, they sure bless you, because that water's hot.
Yeah.
And anyways, I guess I called my sister, and
You don't even remember.
and I guess I called her, and she's just she's like, where's Turkey? And what did I say?
You're like, I don't know, apparently Jesus died up here, probably across the road or something. I was like, right.
I was like, I guess Jesus died down the road or something.
My
I was like, Petra, I'm like, don't say that too loud. I'm like, I'm gonna get thrown around. It's very religious over here.
No, he called me hungover the next day, and I was like, do you remember calling me yesterday? And he was just feeling down and out, and I told him what he said, and then he just laughed for a good half an hour straight. He was like, thank you, I needed that. But.
Yeah, crazy times. So what we're gonna do right here is just use a triangle. It's to show that it's a female or a woman. Make it sound like a dog. I look like a little salt shaker. Just something simple. Yeah, it was definitely eye-opening. I ended up losing my phone, so I was walking around with an iPad.
Oh my goodness.
And I had to talk to strangers and ask them for directions, because once I got there, I didn't have a converter for a plug-in. Mm-hmm. So my iPad died, and I was just like, it's a really great place over there. It's just not when you don't know anybody and you don't realize. I didn't do the math that so I ended up in Denmark, and I couldn't get on the plane to Turkey, and so I didn't realize how many hours ahead we were. And I called my boss, and I was like, listen, I was like, I can't get on a plane. He's like, where are you? And I'm like, in Denmark. He's like, Brian, it's 4 a.m. I'm like, oh. okay, bye. He's like, happy travels. I'm like, okay, I'll figure this out. I ended up figuring it out, but it took a long while.
Goodness.
But yeah.
That's what happens when you lose your phone.
That's what happens when, yeah, technically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And try traveling across the world without it.
I remember that time I was like posting. Has anyone heard from Brian?
Goodness.
He's never offline this long.
And then what you'll do is just have a fishing line come in like this. La 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 la. Let's do some fish. You know, because I was telling those kids on that in that class this morning, I was like, we don't have theaters up here. We don't have 1,000 restaurants lying around. I was like, some people got to go ice fishing to go on a date.
That's very true.
Oh, they're going ice fishing. I put these people way on.
So did
It's
I.
okay.
So did I.
It's okay. Then maybe they're scared of the ice. They're scared of the...
Maybe she's gonna make him work harder.
Ba-bum, ba-bum. So, what other amazing things that are happening this year? I've decided to move back home.
Back to Uvagut?
Back to Inuvik. I was hopping around in Dawson City for a while and a bit of Edmonton. I think it's time to plant some roots, plant some trees, plant something, invest in the brine in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Been finding I'll stay for it was fun, but it's only so long you can live out of a suitcase.
This turned out pretty cool. I didn't think. I was wondering where you were going with this.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just like, when you do a puzzle without the photo.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's like, what are we doing? I'm like, you'll get there, you'll figure it out. I'm like, it's like life.
That's true.
I've been thinking about making some puzzles though, with some art.
Mm-hmm.
Northern themed and whatnot. And that even goes from children's one with because what this company does also that creates the murals is they create large scale puzzles for kids.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be good for, just introducing the animals on our land and whatnot, so they're not so, how so much things we grow up with are not of our culture.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to feel like an alien to this world. Well, not that we do, but you get it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what Lisa's making for supper.
I picked up a pizza kit from Children's First. They were doing for kids in a kitchen.
Okay.
So I make pizza.
You need some more black? Yeah, Petra's 4 years younger than me, and then I have another brother in Vernon, BC, right now that's being, he is living in BC for a while now. You might know him, Aaron.
Mm-hmm. I remember Aaron.
He's being comical over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got an older sister named Lisa.
I know Lisa. I went to school with her
And then
a little bit.
We have another brother in Winnipeg. His name is Stuart. He's younger than Aaron, I think about 11 months younger.
Okay.
Yeah. He was given up for adoption. We found him a long time ago. It's pretty cool to find more family.
Can I ask, when did you change your last name?
I never did.
You never did?
It was always that. Ratty's
Really?
Ratty's just an alias, yeah.
Oh.
On my first birth certificate, it said Ratty, and yours too. And then I guess after, I don't know how it just changed back to Kauchuk.
I think that's just what Mom put on all our stuff. But even my birth certificate says Kauchuk.
I know all my stuff says Kauchuk too.
Not
But I remember as a kid, it was always Ratty.
Yeah, I was there too. Yeah, and right now I'm just been. I want to start working on like furniture stuff with like our driftwood and that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So I've made something back in the day, like a coffee table with concrete and all that jazz. So I think I want to get back into that to, just make like bed frames, and there's I know what I've been using is pallets, but like add like do like coffee tables. Just make it feel, because you feel like when you're outside, you feel like you're, grounding yourself.
Yep.
So
My goodness.
go for that whole feel.
I was literally, again, just talking to my coworker, and I was saying how we're talking about the ocean and stuff, and I was like talking about Sophie and how she like loves the ocean. Like she's always going somewhere tropical, Sophie Stafir, and she runs her company in Tuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's the ultimate like ocean girl. Like, I was like, I am like the nature loving girl. Like I love going camping and I love grounding. Yeah. So as soon as I go to Tuck or anywhere even here, but when I go to Tuck, my shoes are off my feet, and I put my feet on the beach, and I just smell the ocean air, like that salty ocean. And I just ground at home, and when I'm at work, everyone will be in the trucks watching me just going like that and just smelling all of the wind that before I have to come back here to the main, like up the river in the mainland.
There's this one time me and Shani Cockney and when Bill and Lucy were alive, and we were anyways, me and Shani decided to go, because we grew up right across each other, right? So we grew up as kids and all that, and so we decided to go swimming in the ocean, and we found this big driftwood, like this log. So we decided to latch onto it, and we were paddling our legs, and we looked back and we could hear Lucy just screaming, she's this tiny.
No.
That's how far we went out.
What were you guys thinking?
We were just talking. Next thing you know,
I remember that actually.
Got in so much trouble. I was like, goodness.
That one time you and Shani Cockney, we were all swimming at the ocean down at the beach. I got paint on my face again, but it's okay. No. Okay. You know the cut bank? Nobody ever passes the cut bank.
Yes.
Brian and Shani, they're like way out in the ocean, and when he came back, I'm like, what if he's seen a whale? He's like, oh, what could you tell? He's like, I don't even want to think of that. He never went back out again.
We're already down to like 2 minutes.
Wow.
Filled the hour, how cool.
Yeah. We literally filled in the hour.
Well, that's awesome.
You should create like a series.
Actually, that's what I gotta do right now is for this Connected North is create a tutorial video of how one of my painting classes go. The school in Tuck has one, and it's just like basically a Bob Ross video, but I'm Mo Ross.
You totally can do that though.
My FROMO.
Look where I got it. I got it on the end there. You totally can. I swear you could be like the Inuvalut version.
Yeah. Well,
with your career, it's like literally never. It's limitless. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, there's so much opportunity, so much to do.
Hey, let's hold them up and put them together.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. I gotta do a little more of a heart. But it looks very good.
Yeah, they're ice fishing.
I can't believe
They
I
are.
painted that.
And look, I'm full of paint.
Yeah.
That's like the sign of a good. You're such a pro. You don't have any paint on you. Okay, well, thank you, Petra, and thank you, Brian, for coming in and being on the show today. I really enjoyed it. I needed to just laugh and have good energy. So yeah, thank you for coming, and I'm gonna end the show. And thank you for everyone that came in to see us do painting with Brian Kowalczyk and Petra Kowalczyk, and we'll see you on the next episode. Super easy. Super easy.
Yeah, once
I was good until you told me it was live.
It's easy though, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ